So since everyone's doing it, I figured, hey, you know what? I'm going to make my own Halo tier list. Now, I know some of you might be mad with this list, but guess what? It's called an opinion. Oh yeah, by the way, this is Lasky here, doing this tier list. Just so you know who to direct your unbridled rage towards. But yeah, let's get started here. And I'm just going to go in just whatever order they provided me. And I'm just going to stick with this list. I'm not really going to change anything, because I don't think any Halo game is truly bad. So let's start with, I don't know why I have Halo Reach first, but let's start with that. So with Halo Reach, I'm going to put this in the B tier. Now, I was going to put in C just now if you saw that. But I do have to give Reach credit. It is a really solid game. The campaign is not my favorite. I was always a little agitated that I went against the lore of the book. But I know you always have to go with, like with movies itself, like Star Wars, for example, you always go with the movie lore over the book lore. So I guess the same goes for Reach in that case. I'm not a huge fan of its story. The multiplayer was pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of the armor abilities, especially Armor Lock, even though I use it a lot just to make people mad. So yeah, it's pretty much, that's B tier to me now. Halo 2. Halo 2 is A tier. I love this game. I know this is where the unbridled rage might come in, like, oh my god, Lasky, why aren't you putting this in S tier? Well, it's because I love the Halo 2 story. I love it. Love it to death. The multiplayer is alright. Better than Halo Reach is, and it really is a great multiplayer, even though I'm saying it's alright. But compared to what I'm probably going to put in S tier, it's alright. I'm not a fan of the button combos. I know. You're just probably going to tell me to get good. I was never a fan of the BXR button combo. I kind of thought it was just a little stupid that people resorted to that, just getting an advantage over people in multiplayer, and that they never really decided to fix it. I guess they liked it too much. So pretty much the multiplayer glitches is what kind of makes it A to me. But overall, excellent game, just not S quality. Halo 3. Oh boy, Halo 3. Halo 3 is going S tier. I love the story. I know it's not a strong story, but I still love it. I think it wraps up the trilogy very nicely. The multiplayer is definitely one of the best. I'm not a fan of the BR, but that still doesn't mean I don't enjoy this multiplayer. The big team battles in Halo 3 are some of the best times I've ever had in any Halo. And it also brought Forge and Theater mode. So this game was pretty much a huge huge landmark in this entire History's franchise, with just what it brought to the table in a technology point of view. So yeah, there's that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Halo 5. Halo 5, you're going in C tier. I kind of wish, I wish there was a D tier maybe. Can I? Yeah. Shit. I don't feel like, no, oh crap, I'm messing up my own list here. Alright. Fine, I'll keep it at C. I think it's a D. I didn't even think about adding a D, because I didn't think any were really that bad. Halo 5, oh boy, where to begin with this one? The campaign was kind of garbage. No split screen, kind of garbage. Them pretty much lying about what the story would be about, kind of garbage. Not playing as Master Chief as nearly as much as Locke, kind of garbage. Now I know some of you will say, but you were the Arbiter for Halo 2. But okay, the difference is there was a good even balance between the Arbiter and Master Chief in Halo 2. There was not in Halo 5 with Master Chief and Locke. You played too much of Locke and too little of Chief. And we all know we play the main games for Chief Boy here. Even though I do like Arbiter in this, and Locke's okay. It's not, I don't have anything against Locke, but man, they just really dropped the ball on this one. I will give props to the Forge and multiplayer of Halo 5. I'm not a forger. I never was. I suck at it. But I do see really amazing things people do in Forge. And I know a lot of people do like the multiplayer. The multiplayer isn't my favorite, honestly, and that's why it is in C tier as well. The multiplayer's alright. I think it's a little too fast-paced for me. And it doesn't have the balance like Halo 3 and Halo 2 did. Even Halo Reach had a little more balance of speed compared to Halo 5. And yeah, honestly, Halo 5, it was a little disappointment for me when I first got it. Here's hoping Halo Infinite will be S tier quality, but we won't know that. Alright, now these next, Halo Wars 2, Spartan Assault, Strike, and Halo Wars, I have to have a kind of different mindset here because they are not FPSs, they are RTSs. So Halo Wars 2, I'm going to put in A tier. Now, I know I've seen a lot of other tier lists saying it's not really accessible. That's where I beg to differ. Both Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2, you know, because they're going to be the same thing. I know I'm going out of order here. Both these games are A plus to me. I believe they are accessible. They are some of the most simplistic RTSs out there, and that is, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that in a positive way. They're the most simplistic and accessible in comparison to other RTS games that I have played in the past, like StarCraft, like Warhammer. These are honestly very easy games to learn if you're willing to learn them. That's the key thing. If you're willing to learn them. If you're not willing to learn how to play these games, yeah, they're going to be tough. But if you're willing to learn the mechanics, the strategies, these are very easy games just to pick up and just play. Now, if I had to pick one of these that I like better, that's a really tough choice. I'd probably go with Halo Wars, the first one here, just because, I don't know, I like the story a little more than Halo Wars 2, but Halo Wars 2 still had a very good story. So if anything, I'd say Halo Wars for the story, Halo Wars 2 for the multiplayer. Plus, they have Halo Wars 2 has Firefight. I think that's pretty cool. I love playing that mode, alone and with people online. It's really fun. Blitz is pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of it, so, but it has its moments. I've had a few good games of Blitz, but yeah, Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2 are A tier to me. And I'm going to do the same thing with Strike and Assault here. They're going to go in C tier, just because honestly they're pretty fun, but they're not really replayable unless you're really going for like a high score or something. The stories are pretty simplistic. They're nothing, you know, like you don't really need to play them to understand what's going on. It's just more of like backstory if you're really into the Halo universe. They're good time killers, especially if you're on your device playing these, but other than that, they're nothing that special. Yeah. And Fireteam Raven, I'm just going to put never played. So I have no comment for that. From what I've seen, it looks very fun. I'm going to try to play it whenever I can. But yeah, I can't really comment on that. It looks amazing. It looks like a fun time if you have 3 other people and you're at a Dave & Buster's drinking some beers and just saying, hey, you want to play some Halo? So maybe if I play Fireteam Raven soon, I'll rank it. But yeah. Okay. My boy Halo Combat Evolved, the game I started with, S tier. Amazing story. Amazing multiplayer. Just, this is gold, honestly. This is the pinnacle of Halo. And I know some people argue Halo 2 is the pinnacle. No. To me, Combat Evolved, where it all started, is the best, one of the best Halos I've ever played. I can replay this campaign 1,000 times more than any of the others combined. It's such an amazing game. It really is. And I know it's old. I know it probably feels a little clunky, but you gotta remember to me, 10-year-old me playing this for the first time in 2001, it was just amazing. Like, I would go over to my friend's house and we would hook up Xboxes and have LAN parties. You just can't beat those memories. Fun, amazing game. Especially since if you're on PC, the modding community is still alive if you have custom edition. It's amazing. I still have it. I unfortunately lost my disc, so I have to get another one. I don't want to pirate for the original Halo, but custom edition is hella fun time if you know where to look and what to download and who to play with. Halo 3 ODST. Oh boy. Usually I would put it here, but reconsidering things, it is B tier. I like that campaign, but honestly, replaying it, I have no desire to do it really. So the firefight was fun, but since there was no matchmaking at all, it kind of got boring, especially if you didn't have friends who would want to play with you. As of Reach, I did forget to mention Reach did have firefight, and it was matchmaking, but it lagged like hell. And ODST, I like ODST's firefight better, just because it was a little more harder in my opinion. But yeah, it was an okay game. I appreciate that they gave all the DLC for Halo 3 in one disc, but it was just a game that I could play a couple times, but honestly, the more I played it, the less playable it became to me. Like I said, I'm not saying these are bad games. All of these are good Halo games. There's no bad Halo game. But yeah, I know some people are going to be like, it should be right here or here. No, it's B tier to me. The soundtrack is amazing, though. I will give it props for that. Mario Donald, you done get good making that soundtrack. Okay. Here we go. The black sheep of Halo. The one that people don't really like to talk about or think about. Halo 4. Alright. Guys, please don't be mad. No. Hear me out. Hear me out. Just wait. I hear you yelling over there, xGLLx. So if you shut up for a second, I will explain my reasoning. Halo 4 to me is S tier. It's because it got me through a lot of crap in my life, especially when crap was really, really bad for me. During its release, I was actually just getting out of boot camp in the Navy. And when I went to Pensacola, Florida for A school, this is what kept me sane throughout that whole experience. Now, some of you are in A school in Pennsylvania. Oh my God, Pensacola, Florida. I know that might be very, very, if any of you are doing that, you'll know what I'm talking about, you know, with that experience. And yes, I know these games were available, but Halo 4, for me, was just the game that everyone was playing. I know the Mountain Dew thing was going on. It was just, Halo 4, personally, is what kept me through boot camp and kept me sane, honestly, throughout my first few years of the Navy. I love this game. It's amazing. I think this is one of the best Halo stories to date. And that's saying it compared to these two as well. Honestly, Halo 4 story is on par at the same level with Halo Combat Evolves. I love the story, and I think that's why Halo 5 is so low to me, is because Halo 5 ruined what could have been an amazing new timeline for Halo with what Halo 4 set up. The Forerunners, the Didact, everything was just done so amazingly well. I'm like, oh my God. Like, at the time, like, I didn't know if Halo was going to be good because Bungie left and they made Destiny. We all know how that turned out. Even though I play Destiny a lot, I will admit Destiny had a very rough start and weak story. But 343, holy shit, you guys did a fantastic job on this story. And I'll even say the multiplayer was fun. And I know a lot of people say, like, oh my God, the Halo 4 multiplayer sucked. I was trying to copy Call of Duty. One game type was doing that. Only one game type. All the other game types, like Big Team Battle, Regicide, everything else, you didn't have those drops. I honestly forget what they're called. You didn't have them. This multiplayer was pretty much Halo Reach after all the updates, with just the customizable loadouts, the weapons and everything. Yeah, the bolt shop was kind of cheap, but then again, Armor Lock was cheap too in Halo Reach. So if you try to do that argument, you know, it doesn't work. And I personally think Halo 4's multiplayer was better than Halo Reach's. It had that quick movement, but not as fast as Halo 5. It had good bounce to weapons. It was just really, okay, not the suppressor, but it was a really fun game. multiplayer, campaign, and Spartan Ops. They gave Spartan Ops for free. I know they didn't give the DLC for free, but Spartan Ops was free. And that actually expanded the story so much, which again is why I'm a little sad with Halo 5, because everything this game set up, both campaign and Spartan Ops wise, was thrown to a comic to settle in place of this, whatever this was doing with its story. So this is my tier list. I know, I'll stop preaching about Halo 4. This is my tier list. Halo 3, Combat Evolved, and 4 are S tier. 2, Halo Wars 2 and Halo Wars are A tier. Reach and ODST are B tier. 5, Assault and Strike are C tier. And Raven I've never played but really want to. Well, that's it. You can continue your unbridled rage if you want. Type how much you hate me in the comments, or type how much I was yet so controversial yet so brave in what I said. Thanks for watching. Lasky out.